Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Elite T-Race Cycling Water Bottle Cage. Traditionally, water bottle cages have been categorized into two main categories, a top entry or a side entry, whether it be a left or a right entry. The reason you want a side entry is if you have a smaller bike frame or something with a very angled top tube that limits the amount of space you have. Elite's new T-Race water bottle cages break those labels and actually have a dual side entry design, so you can come in from the left or the right rather than having to pick one. In terms of packaging, you can see it's pretty simple. You just have a little cardboard backing and the plastic pins that hold it in place. Basic information on here that shows you can insert it in both directions. We already have it off here, so I'll go over the specs. Retail price on this is $16.99, so it's quite affordable. It's a dual side entry design, which makes it pretty unique, and that you can use it from top, side, left, or right. It is a soft touch bottle cage, so it's not supposed to rub against your water bottle or put scratches into it. And it's a fiber reinforced construction, which is why it's a little more affordable than their carbon fiber variations. And has a monoblock structure FRP material. It's compatible with all standard 74mm water bottles, and you see the standard tabs on the bottom and top to hold it in place. And with the dual side entry design, you have a very wide opening. As you can see here, that makes it really easy to put a bottle cage in here when you're on the road. Now let's take a second to look at the weight of the water bottle cage. This isn't the lightest bottle cage that Elite offers, but comes in at 30 grams, which is still quite light. Now let's go over the fit and finish of the Elite T-Race water bottle cage. The reason this is called a T-Race is because it actually forms a T profile when viewed from the side and mounted on a down tube. And you can see that here, it's pretty distinct T shape. It has a fiber reinforced construction with this matte finish, and because it's soft touch, you can actually see it almost feels like a rubber coated coating on top. So it feels a little bit grippy, non-slip to the touch, and hopefully will scratch bottles less than other metal water bottle cages would. It's available in 4 colors, which is nice. You don't have to just get black or gray. We have the gray version here, but they also offer the black, a blue, and a gold. They're all a matte finish, but at least with the color options, you can definitely mix and match to your bike frame colors. In terms of the shape, it's quite distinct. You have the standard bolt holes on the bottom. The 2 tabs, one on the bottom, one on the top, then holds the bottle in place. And then the top tab goes where the little divot in the bottle profile would go. A very wide opening here. You can see what makes this special. Instead of having this perpendicular to the main structure, it's angled very far back. So you get this very wide opening, this almost ellipse style opening. And that makes it really easy to place a water bottle. So you can see here, you have a lot of angles you can put it in. So that's why you can really go left, right, or top. And here you can see with the bottle on there, that top tab actually goes right where the profile narrows on the Elite bottle or any other standard bottle. The bottom holds it in place so it doesn't slide up. This main hoop goes down and low, so it gives you a lot of access and very minimal structure. Branding is limited to just a basic T-Race on top and the Elite on the side. One minor thing is that the T-Race isn't very centered here on either of the bottle cages we have. So the branding could be a little bit better, but otherwise, very simple. You just have Elite on the sides and it's in the accent color. So here we have the T-Race bottle cages attached to my Specialized Roubaix. And it looks good even in the gray matte finish. It matches well with the matte black finish. Very minimal graphics here, just Elite, very small. So it's not like you're a rolling billboard. Now, whether you have normal bottle or a little Elite bottle, this is a new Elite Fly. And you can see it falls into place really well. The indentation on top of the cage will match the tapering of the body, and then it stays in place. It's a very short insertion distance though, that's the only downside. So you can see it only needs about 1 inch, push down and locks into place, so you do have to get used to that when you're riding. And if you have a larger bottle like the Polar Breakaway, that also works with this, you just push down, and you can see the little tapered portion of the body bumps against the tab, the bottom tab holds it in place. The other nice thing is, because the opening is so large, you can really come in at any angle and just push down and it'll lock in. Here you can see the T-Race on our bike on the road. And as you can see, it's really easy to put the bottle in and out of the bottle cage. Our only complaint is that the insertion distance is quite short. So you do have to get used to that. Otherwise, you end up kind of pushing down on it just to make sure it's actually there. You can also see that you can come at it at any angle thanks to that wide body. And even when you have a very tight spot, like our rear cage, which is mounted a little bit high, you can still kind of stuff it in there. So now let's do a comparison between the Elite T-Race and other water bottle cages in the market. One of the bottle cages we previously reviewed is the Elite Prism. This is a side entry bottle cage, and you can see the design here has a big opening on one side, so you have to pick left or right. Whereas the T-Race lets you do both because of the structure being so low. You can see the opening is very similar, and it gives you more access. And with the T-Race, it's a little bit more minimalist styling, where this has these large hoops, and the T-Race just has a main circle. Now with a standard top entry, you can see the main difference, especially when you put them side by side. The main structure on here extends very high. This is a fabric bottle cage, and it's designed to specifically match the curvature of the fabric water bottles, but works with any other standard bottle as well. But you can see how far these extend. So if you have limited space, you really have to put the bottle way up here. Whereas this one, you can come down low and then just slide it in. And again, the actual insertion area is much larger here. You can see this large hoop versus the standard circular, smaller style you have with a top entry. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Elite T-Race bottle cage. What we like about it is the soft touch construction, less abrasive than metal bottle cages. It also has a wide opening that makes bottle entry easy, whether you do a top or side entry. And finally, the color options allow for personalization, so the colors such as gold and blue can match different frame colors. Some of the negatives for the bottle cage is the fact that the graphics are slightly misaligned. It's a little bit of a nitpick, but would be nice if they were centered. And finally, the short insertion depth feels a little bit odd when riding. We often found ourselves checking if it was actually fully inserted, only to realize it was already there. Taking everything into account, we'd give the Elite T-Race bottle cage an 8.9 out of 10. It's a sleek dual entry bottle cage that works well whether you need the extra space or just want a more flexible setup. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.